Geelong Carlton. Geelong are 2.5-point favourites over the Blues. They are the unbeaten Cats, the remaining unbeaten team.
At the MCG.
It is at the G. This is 4:35 in the afternoon. I'll be there with the Squid.
I'll be there, yeah.
169.5. It seems weird because
Over.
I mean, Carlton have put up a couple of decent scores, but those games have been a marvel.
Well, we saw what?
At the G.
85
What's the weather
all,
supposed
we saw
to be,
85 all today, and I think the two forward lines of Geelong and Carlton are much better than the two we saw today.
That's true.
There is a lot more scope for goals.
17 and sunny, fine weather.
Yeah,
Over.
We're going over. What will Jim's heart rate be again in
I
this
just
game?
chucked that in there because it's funny every week talking about that.
So 220 minus 43.
So 260. 260.
43. Who's 43? What the hell? I don't want to get aged up. Can Carlton's midfield take over?
Yes.
They probably can.
Yes.
And I think that's where they're most dangerous.
Yes.
I still think the Cats actually win this, but the simple idea is going to be the Blues probably put up a pretty good fight. Charlie Curnow loves playing against the Cats. He loves the G. It sort of works. They have no Tom Stewart, so the ins and outs
That is a big
game.
Yeah.
Zach Tui, Reece Stanley, Cam Guthrie come in for the Cats, but they do lose Tom Stewart. They lost Toby Conway as well.
Cam Guthrie is a huge in, by the way. He got injured, what is it, the first round or in pre-season? Pre-season. And they really need that drive in midfield. So I think that's a massive in.
They need that drive in the midfield. They're 6-0.
Yeah, no, but they still, I think they can get better.
They still look slow.
Sorry, that's how good they're going, but I think they can get even better. Yeah.
Carlton unchanged because Zach Williams and Jacob Wiedering came up, which is good.
Yeah.
Very handy.
Wiedering was big on my tip for this game.
They're also going again with the two bigs, obviously Pitto and De Koning, along with Mackay and Curnow.
Geelong don't have a ruck, so they're trying to dominate the tools.
Trying to, but the problem is you then go, right, what are we going to do? What are we going to sacrifice while Pitto's being run around by Reece Stanley and co? And you're like, oh, geez, it's probably not great. But look, I think Geelong can get this done just because I think they're a little bit more of a complete team. They're really, really damaging. We saw them last week, just like their composure. Doesn't matter. They just deleted Brisbane in that second half. It was awesome. Carlton, they looked inexorable at times in that third quarter. The rest of the game was a bit, and I think we'll see a little bit in this game. So I'm going to go, I think it's Geelong by about 16.
Yep.
Stats guy?
I'm going to go Geelong. Geelong by 9 just because Carlton just love a close game. They love it. Under 2 kicks usually, under 2 goals. So Jim's heart rate will be up again. I'm going to go them by 9. The likes of like Ollie Henry, you've got their forward line is just absolutely cooking at the moment. I love watching.
It's also that size the size of that forward line versus the size of Carlton's back line is a worry. Like you got Weeders, but then you've got No McGovern. You've got a lot of Lewis
Cameron,
Young, Brody
Hawkins,
Kemp and stuff.
Henry,
You're like, geez.
Yeah.
So the three, the Geelong Towers, basically. The Shell Towers, shall we call them. What is it? Yeah, Hawkins, Cameron, and Ollie Henry. It's like,
they've been great for. Except for Hawkins, actually. Last week he was pretty average. I think he'll bounce back.
Because it was a monsoon. It wasn't a day for Hawkins. No. Come on.
he'll play
How dare you?
He'll play well this week, I think.
Respect the power forwards.
Yeah.
And Alex.
Saying that, Flaggers, 4 goals.
4 goals?
Yeah,
you said 40 points yesterday.
Yeah, that's the big call. But I'm pretty keen on the Flaggers here. I'm all about them. I know Jim hates it, but also, more importantly, there was a draw today in the Anzac Day game. Yeah. You know what happened the last time there was a draw in the Anzac Day game, Jim?
Boys won the flag.
Flaggers.
Oh.
1995.
Why'd you tell him that?
AKA the greatest year of my life, baby.
Shout out to Caroline.
That's a great one.
It's probably 2007 when I met her.
She's our biggest fan on social media, by the way. Shout out to Jim's missus.